G'day ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to this lovely wet evening. It's not often you see me doing a ride in a wet environment, but my dear mother bought me some weather gear. Well, it's not really gear, it's more just like a little over thing you wear, supposedly waterproof piece of clothing. There's a jacket included, but the leather jacket's waterproof enough. But dude, it's nice to have some waterproof pants, because that's the issue that I tend to face when I ride in the wet is my legs. Oh, they get hella wet and they get really uncomfortable really fast. But yeah, I just thought I'd get out and give it a little test ride. They're just like $20 Kmart things or other, so we'll see just how well it works. Has a bit of overprotection, but I just had to get out and go for a ride, man. It's one of those evenings. I was going to go for a ride before the rain hit, but I was doomed to doom scroll on my phone on my bed, and I overstayed my welcome there, thus missing the drier parts of the evening. But it is only a bit of moisture, my friends. We're going out there and enjoying a late night. And the best thing about it being slightly wet is it means the road's going to be brighter, and in the video it's not going to look as dark. It gives you something else to look at. Now, I know the GoPro isn't the best at nighttime recording. Yes, I do modify the video files a little bit so it looks better, alright? It's not how it looks stock. I do upgrade the gamma and a little bit of the brightness, just so it looks that much better, but at least it's nice, alright, to have something different. I'm always riding in the daylight, always doing stuff. I tell you what, we had a really nice blood moon last night. I was going to stay up to look at it, but it was at like 3:40 a.m, which is light work, no reaction. But I had 3 days of really shocking sleep, so I just absolutely couldn't survive. I was falling asleep by the time I got to that time, so I missed it, but it looked pretty cool. Normally the blood moons are very orangey looking here, but this one was apparently really red, so that was cool. But guess what? I saw a photo. It's basically the same thing, so I'm not too upset about it. And then, of course, it was good all day. I didn't ride to work, so I would have done a video during the day again, but it said it was going to rain, so I was like, I don't really fancy going to work wet. And of course it didn't rain, so that was annoying, but it is what it is. And now it's nearly, it's 10:10. And I'm out here going for a cheeky ride, enjoying myself as we do, because you know I like riding. I don't really care on where, I don't care about when. I just like being on my motorcycle, meandering out into the great outdoors, enjoying myself. And it's funny because in in an environment such as this where it's a bit wet, the Honda Rebel can actually spin the tire, which is really fun. It makes the bike feel like it has some oomph to it that it does not have. But I love her dearly. She does exactly what I needed to do. I just wish that she had a little bit more to go. But that's fine. We can't have everything we want in this day and age. I can't afford it anyway. All in time. But dude, I've been toying with this idea. I was talking to my boss at work, and I was toying with the idea of potentially going to university and furthering my skill set and studying occupational therapy. And it's a 4-year full-time course, so I'll probably do it part-time, so it'll probably take me forever. But doing occupational therapy as opposed to working as a massage therapist, because I love my job, but I wouldn't mind doing a little bit else, you know, studying something, so I get a bit more money, a bit more qualifications, a bit more skills under the belt. I don't really see a downside, and you can even do a PhD in it, which I think would be hella cool. I'd probably do that just for the sake of being called a doctor. That'd be funny. Called me Dr. Wombat, thank you very much. And then at least then I can go out and get money and actually do, you know, continue life and progress. But there is no rush for such things. But it would probably take me 8 years or something to achieve. So that's a little bit of a turn off personally. Having the car next to me right now is really nice for having some extra lighting around this area, because it's rather dark. You ladies and gents, you should recognise the path I'm on right now. This one right here leads us to our favourite place of Glenny Kebabsies, where we do our bike meets. I did go to the most recent one. I just didn't film anything because I wanted to just enjoy it, and also I didn't have a bike. I drove there. Ooh, hello. Tell you what though, the moon's looking bloody big tonight. Hell yeah. But now we're off in a moving. I do not know where I'm going tonight. I'm just kind of cruising along. I don't have a destination in mind. I don't really have anything planned. I'm just out and about, enjoying myself. It's not as wet down this end, which is odd. Normally, this direction is actually wetter than where I live, so there's still water in the crevices in the road, but like, come on, man, I was expecting it to be wet, baby, like moisturised and lightly salted and all that. There we go, a little bit more wet here. I don't know, Dan. It's just one of those evenings where I wasn't going to do it. I was contemplating just doing a voiceover or a garage video, but I said, no! Yeah, let's go out and do a video on the road, baby. And just look at it. You get these lovely Auburn lights and all that. People speeding past you because they're just in a rush. Other motorbikes going around, at least I think that's what I heard just then. Smell the smells of all the rain. tells you it's something beautiful. Oh, there you go. It's a bit wet down here now, so that's the good stuff. But I'm going to go through the middle, so there's no water there. And now it's 60 k's. That tells you. I'm not a huge fan of the this area being 60. It used to be like a crossing right here where this set of lights is, was the train track back in the day, alright? And then they made the train track underground. So you're like, oh great, it's an 80k road, now the road can go back to being 80 without having any of the, well, it was 80k's anyway, but like now the train tracks are there. So what did they do? They made it a 60k zone and added multiple crossings. So they got rid of the train crossing and decided to improve the flow of traffic, so they then, of course, added multiple walking crossings and made it slower. Because, you know, Melbourne doesn't make any goddamn sense. And it's a shame that our state is run by absolute monkeys with little hats, bananas, and typewriters, because some of the legislation we get put through here is absolutely bananas. And that wasn't meant to be a pun and play on what I was saying. I actually said that and then completely forgot what I said beforehand, so don't mind me, I'm just having a moment. I think this is going to be a rare chance where there's no one in the turning lane, so we can actually go straight away here. Happy days. You love that? Oh, 60k zones, aren't they wonderful? Of course, nobody listens to them, because I agree, they are stupid. This state has an immaculate track record of slowing down unnecessarily decent speed zones. Like, there's a freeway out in the Yarra Valley in Coldstream. It was 100k's forever. So what did they do? They made it 80k's and said new limit. See, if I was going 80k's, I wouldn't have been stuck here. But no, I'm a good law-abiding citizen, because police like to check YouTubers in Australia and screw them over. I still can't believe they screwed over the guy who drove the Ferrari out in the middle of the bush. He specifically went out to the bush to get away from everybody, made a video on it, and got screwed and his license suspended. Now look, I understand if you're looking at it a legal perspective, he was on a public road and sped, but get fucked. You can't enjoy anything in this country, because he went out to the middle of nowhere, so there was no danger and no vehicles, nothing to worry about, and they still screwed him over. They're like, well, you can go take it to a racetrack. They keep shutting down all the fucking racetracks, and then you got dipshits who move towards racetracks and then complain about the noise, unlike like people who move next to the airport in Melbourne and they bitch about the noise. Like, are you special in the head, sir? You know, there was a whole news story about a guy who moved next to the Melbourne airport and Tullamarine area, and he goes, it's too noisy. He's like, my brother, you've been in the country for 3 months and you're bitching about the bloody airport. Shut up. And then there's the bloody racetracks out in Whoop Whoop, like we've got the racetrack in Broadford that the bikers love. And people go out and move there and bitch about the noise. Like, if you didn't want to live next to a fucking racetrack, don't move next to a fucking racetrack! Ah! Why are the people in this country so stupid? And then the cops love to screw over the vehicle culture. So, car culture is very big in Australia, right? It's big everywhere. It's the world's most popular hobby that there is. But they really fuck you over in Melbourne. Like, if you have a car, right, this is what I love. If you have an intercooler and a bloody cold air intake, right, that's illegal according to the police. You can have one, not both, unless I think you get the car engineered to be able to handle it, which I think is absolutely fucking stupid. So imagine that, you're like, hey man, I want to have an intercooler. That's fine. Hey man, I want the cold air intake. Also fine. Wait a minute, did you say you have both? Yeah, that's it. Defected. Excuse me, sir. Your exhaust is slightly unstock. Defected. Excuse me, sir. Your car's a millimetre too low. Oh, that's just so they got a bunch of fat guys in the car. No, defected, mate. Like, it's such a tragedy that our car culture is ruined here. Like, you can build yourself a really good custom car and get it engineered, and then it's completely legal. Cops will still be attracted to you like a bloody magnet, and then you just show them a little piece of paper saying, sir, it's been engineered, and they go, ah. Then they try and screw you over for everything else, and they probably lie about you speeding or something. And they do. But if you look at Benny Surge, he did a video where he was at the shop getting his R33 tuned. And I swear the Highway Patrol, which are the lowest form of police in Australia, not by rank, but by morals, they heard the car in the shop and they just waited for him to leave and defected him the moment he left. And you're like, brother, get a life. And the thing that annoys me is that they always say it's for safety when that's bullshit, because there's so much crime they could be focusing on instead of bloody car modifications, like the goddamn machete attacks, but let's not go there, that's a whole other issue. But no, your modified vehicle, sir, is affected our 75-year-old lady across the road. She said it was a bit too noisy for her for a midday nap, and that's a criminal offence. And you go, God, I really wish I could slap you right now. Now, look, in my job, I have treated multiple police officers. I have treated highway patrol officers, but multiple police, all right? And you know what they all say about our lovely dearest highway patrols is they'd rather be shot than be friends with them. Even police don't like highway patrol, so what does that tell you about highway patrol? I'm just so mad about it. And yes, it's justified, because nobody likes highway patrol. They all say they're doing it for the safety of the people, but they are not. They're not doing it for the safety of anyone. They're just pricks, man. And yes, I will stand by that bloody statement every day of the week. I don't care. Is there bloody more roadworks now? Tell you what, I've absolutely had it with this freeway and roadworks everywhere all the goddamn time. I'm gonna get off the freeway. I do not want to be here anymore. Absolutely egregious to have that much bloody roadworks at every hour of the day, at every waking moment. Melbourne loves roadworks, yet somehow it never has any money to do anything to fix the roads. Like, look at this! Mess again. I don't understand, man. Melbourne just Victoria loves to blow money on useless shit, and then, it's not even worth going there, man. Let's continue the politic talk somewhere else. He's just so upsetting. But what can I do, man? What can I do? The answer is nothing. I can sit and bitch and moan, but at the end of the day, nothing changes. You can't vote out stupidity because they're both kinds of stupid. Why is life so disappointing in that aspect, man? Growing up, man, terrible idea. I miss being 12 years old, playing with Lego and absolutely hating my life for getting bullied. But you know what? I'll take that over the life of an adult. Everything costs too much money. I can't afford anything. Vehicles are expensive. The government screws up the country, and you just focus on all that shit. Man, I miss when the hardest part of my day was trying to figure out what PS2 game I had to play. That was when life was good. I've become a real cynical prick in my age, and I'm only 26. I cannot wait till I turn 60 and become a real miserable bastard. Get off my lawn and shit. Oh, dude. What is going on? Who knows? Not me. All I know is, as long as I can get on the motorbike, at least it keeps me sane for that little bit longer before I can go back to hating everything the moment I hop off the bike. It's nice and bright down this way. I don't come this way enough because I have no reason to come this way usually, but it is quite nice, I'll tell you that much. But I'll tell you what, ladies and gents, I am happy that I got out anyway, because it was really a test of if the way that the road was before, you saw it was like, it's wet, but it wasn't like drenched wet, but even that would flick water up into my shins and make my legs cold and wet, so it doesn't appear to have done that today. I'm very happy and pleased in that regard. I do not care if the bike gets wet. It is a motor vehicle. They get wet, they get dirty, I do not care. But my shins, it is annoying when they get wet, because it drips down my leg, into my boots. Like when I wear my actual riding boots, which today I am doing, alright, believe it or not my little slip-on Skechers because I'm not going to work. When I get stuck in the rain, alright, it takes a little while for the rain to penetrate the Kevlar, okay, so it's not an immediately bad day. But once it penetrates the Kevlar, it doesn't like just run and just get wet. It drips down the thighs, right, and the calves. So it drips down the inside of your legs, thus dripping into your boots because there's nothing to stop it from dripping around your boots. And then because the boots are semi-waterproof, it just sort of pools at the bottom, so it's like you've got gum boots filled with water. So it's pretty miserable, man. I hate it. And it's like you're just walking around squish, squish, squish. And I've done it before. So you pull over when you get off the bike, and it's just, you're like, yay, I love when my feet are wet. Yeah, but that's the joys of riding bikes in wet, baby. It doesn't happen enough. I don't do it much for a reason. But having this little bit of gear does help me, so I'm going to have to take it out when it's really wet to see just how well it handles it. Because I can't say I've tested wet weather gear before, but having it is nice. I tells ya, it's nice to have a little bit of water protection for once in my life, as opposed to just dealing with it like I always do. And I don't know what this means for the future of my riding. Does that mean I'm going to use it more? Maybe, maybe not. I try to not ride in the wet still, but you know, it is what it is. But ladies and gentlemen, that is it for me today on my little tangents and rants and all kinds of things in between. I do hope you enjoyed my content. Do leave a like, comment and subscribe. Leave me some suggestions down below if you want to see me talk about anything specifically. Otherwise, you know I love you, but it's time to leave you. I will take off once from this set of lights. I'll punch it, just one good little pull, you know, because why not? It's been a while since we've done a good little 0 to 60, and I mean 60 k's, not 0 to 60 miles an hour. So let's get that. It do feel great, it do. We've got a little mini golf place there. Hell yeah. But ladies and gents, that's it for me. You know I love you. But, ooh, I'm right next to them bloody, I could go for Guzman again today, but I've already had it once. I don't need it twice. It doesn't need to happen. I swear. Anyway, I gotta go. Bye. Peace.